and welcome again to the Autodesk Ecotec tutorial session. I am Akshay Patel. In this tutorial, we'll be learning about how to check the interzonal adjacencies. The first step that you need to do before you can proceed for any type of analysis is to check the interzonal adjacencies. What does interzonal adjacency exactly mean? Now, for example, I have created a very simple geometry over here. I have two different zones lying on top of each other, and as we can see, as we know that a zone basically has 6 different surfaces. It has 4 walls, ceiling, and a floor. So as we can see over here, the ceiling of zone number 1 is coinciding or is superimposed or is overlapping with the floor of zone number 2 on the upper level. So basically, unless you specify, the Ecotec program does not understand what surface it should exactly consider for the analysis purpose. In case if you do not check the interzonal adjacencies, it will consider both the surfaces, and whatever the calculations that you are performing will be calculated twice for this particular region or the surface. So how do we fix this particular problem? First of all, let's see if it is if the Ecotec program is giving any errors related to interzonal adjacencies. That we can do by going to this calculate menu over here and then select the interzonal adjacencies. So this is the screen or the pop-up menu that we get by selecting that tool. It is asking how accurate you want your calculation to be. We'll just leave it as it is for now and hit OK, and then it is again asking how far apart do you want to consider the adjacent objects to be. In case if you want to specify a particular thickness, you can do it by clicking over here, but in our case you would like to use the specific values, so we'll just say next. Then it is asking whether it should consider any exposed surfaces for interzonal adjacency calculation. We'll say no, we do not want to select any exposed surfaces, and then say next. Then we do not want to have any shading mask calculation, so we have selected over here, and then we hit next and then just say OK. So as we can see over here, now the Ecotec program is going through each and every surface in this model, and it is trying to identify whether there are any overlapping objects. Now, since we already know that we'll be having some error over here, as you can see over here, it has already identifying an error. It says that the overlapping objects number 5 and 6 have different alternate materials. Now the object number 5 will be the ceiling of this particular zone, and object number 6 will be the floor for this particular zone. If you want to have a look at what type of object it is or what is the number of that particular object, you basically select that particular object and it will be displayed over here. Now since I am unable to select the ceiling of this zone, I will use the page up or page down key to select the ceiling. Let's say I'm using the, so here we go. I have selected the ceiling and it says it is object number 5 over here, and the object number 6 will obviously the floor of this particular zone which is lying on top. So I will select both the surfaces by having a rectangular selection triangle or the rectangle over here, but as you can see, a number of objects have been selected and we want only these two overlapping objects to be selected. So we'll use the control key on the keyboard and we will click on these objects that we want to unselect, and then finally we have these two overlapping surfaces selected. And now you would like to assign some alternate material. When we click this assign material library over here, basically you have two different libraries, a primary material library and a secondary material library. So basically if we assign a secondary material, let's say for example we want to have a plaster insulation suspended as our secondary material. So this secondary material will be the common material for both these surfaces, but the primary material will be different for both of them. So let's say we have selected this now and we'll hit the apply changes. So now the ceiling of this zone and the floor of the zone lying on the top are the same. It has the same alternate material. So we hope that it won't be showing any more interzonal adjacency errors. So we'll repeat the process once again to see if it is identifying any more errors. So it takes a couple of it takes a while for performing this checking, but it is very helpful and it is very necessary before we can proceed for the any type of analysis such as thermal analysis. It will obviously be giving you exactly the exact results. So we'll be waiting for it for a minute or so. Yeah, so here we go. The interzonal adjacency check has been successfully completed and it has not found any more errors. So the model is now ready for performing any type of analysis that you want. You can access the different types of analysis by using this tab over here, the analysis tab. And then here you have all various options, different types of analysis available in Ecotec. So in this tutorial we basically learned how to check the interzonal adjacencies, and we have got the model prepared. We have learned how to prepare the model for performing different analysis. In the next tutorial we'll be learning about the various analysis tools or the analysis features available in Ecotec. So that's pretty much about it. Thank you and have a good day.